Let's go through now, and we're going to be looking at equations that are in standard form. So in this particular case, we're looking at an example of an equation that's already in standard form. And standard form means that we have an x squared, an x, and a constant. Now, these two pieces we don't have to have, but we do have to have that x squared if we're looking at standard form. So this would be, again, just what we call standard form. A is the coefficient in front of the x squared, B is the coefficient in front of the x, and C is the constant. And notice that A can never be 0. So A can be 1, it can be a fraction, it can be negative, it can be any number, but it cannot be 0. Otherwise, it's not a quadratic. So that's what we're defining with these right here. So now we move into the other parts here. Actually, I think I started at the wrong spot. So we're looking at this, again, as I mentioned, standard form is x squared. Notice that we have those. Factored form is when we have them factored out so that the x is by itself in two separate products. So we have x times x plus 9, or we might have, notice how, I don't know why they do this, it's the same example all the way through. But if I had, x plus 2 times x minus 3, that would also be an example as well. So, matching different graphs. So this is stuff that we've done before. Remember that the minus 4 causes it to go down 4. This is really equal to negative x squared plus 1. I like to write the x squared term first so that we can see what's going on. This negative, or this 1 first, let's just look at the 1 here. The 1 is telling me we go up 1. Whoops. The 1 tells me that we are going up 1. That should have been a 1. So that goes up 1. And then this negative here tells me it is upside down. So it's facing this way instead of facing up. So this is facing down. So by looking at these here, this one goes down 4. So this is a parabola that goes down 4. We can see that the vertex moved down 4. So this one would be, in this case, B. And then this one goes up 1 and then inverts. So it goes the other direction. Instead of going up, it's going down. So this one would be, I think, C. And then this one, of course, would be A because it goes up 4. So we can see that. So we've done this before, how we move them around. If you recall, you had a short quiz when we first came back from spring, learning or relearning how to do this. Okay, so this is what I just talked about with standard form and understanding standard form and everything else. So now, here is what is known as our parent function. So our parent function is one that we've been using. We've been talking about this already. But notice that the vertex is at 0, 0. Okay, so we have a vertex there at 0, 0. That's our parent function, so that's how things shift around. So remember, if it goes up, we're always counting it up from 0, 0. So if it goes up 4, it would move up here. If it goes to the left 3, it would move over here. If it goes down 1, it would go down here. If it moves down 1 and over 2 to the right 2, it would actually move over here. And remember, based on where it is, if the number's on the outside, so if it's on the outside here, plus 3, that either goes up or down. So we could have this. That's up or down. And then remember, it moves left or right based on the number inside the parentheses. But remember, it moves the opposite direction. So this would be up. This would be down. This would be right because it's negative. So it actually moves in the positive direction. And then this one would be left. So that's what we have for those. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to introduce a number in front. So notice now we have 2x squared. What 2x squared means is, notice here is the x squared function, which is that parent function that we see here. And the 2 causes the parabola to squeeze in a little bit, so it starts going up faster. So this goes up twice as fast. 2 times faster. So that goes up 2 times faster. The 1/2, notice it stretches it out more, so it goes up slower. And what we'll notice here is it goes down, it goes up. So it still goes up 2 times slower. Okay. And notice it's because it's a 1/2, not because it's negative. Remember, negative causes it to invert. and go the other direction. So the negative in front causes it to invert. So that would invert and go the other way. And then if it's negative 2x squared, that means it would go down faster. If it was negative 1/2 squared, it would still go down, but it would go down slower. Anyway, that's where we look at all those different values. So all those things are really important to have in your notes. Okay. And now we're going to look at the vertex. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. We're going to do the next two videos separately.